Let's hope it works. All right, let's see if I'm on here yet. Let's see if if Lindy got the invite. Oh no, where am I? Come on. Okay, I see 4 of you. Hi, Beverly. All right, we're having Lindy, did you happen to get the invite? I hope. Okay. It says Lindy Tate wants to join. Approve. Send invite. I think it's gonna work. You're there.
Hey!
It worked. We figured this out, Lindy.
I can't believe it. Yay.
You know, it's just so weird that they would have you kind of do it before you go live. You know, that icon, I don't know if you saw it, you probably didn't, but I sent you a screenshot just to show you how you have to do it.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know you had to click that little person. And so then I saw it when I hopped on and said yes.
Finally, we get to go live together.
I can't believe it. I feel so special.
So do I.
The Queen Pixie.
And the princess right there. Oh, I love it.
This is going to be so much fun. I've been looking forward to this ever since you had the idea, Josie. I've been looking forward to this ever since.
Wait, I got to turn this down. Sorry.
Turn me down there. Hey, Maria. Hey, Regina.
How do you do it, Lindy? How do you craft and read comments at the same time? You're a pro.
You're sweet to say that. I keep a laptop going right down here under my camera so that I can kind of see both at the same time, but it's hard sometimes.
I feel like I have to focus on my project.
Yeah.
And that's why
and sometimes I mess up and look up and get sidetracked, and then you've seen me do that a million times too. So
but you never mess up. I've never seen you mess
up. Josie, you haven't watched me enough then.
Never.
That's sweet.
But anyway, this has been such a fun. Okay, because I did your angel kit, I've got to show you. I finished her up while I was watching Christine, so she's still kind of drying, but.
Well, what I saw before, oh my, Josie,
so
that is gorgeous.
I ended up putting pixie dough, kind of like snow, stamping it with that same stamp, and then dry brushing it with white sand and 24K, and then I ended up doing the white sand, like a real light. It's hard to tell here, but I did tone down the gold with the white sand.
I can tell it, and it just looks beautiful. Oh my goodness, I can't get over that. Is that did you stencil on the front or freehand that?
No, I did use a stencil, and it's erased. I did with spackle.
Oh yeah, I was moving around. I was fussy cutting Trixie.
Are we not always busy while we're watching everyone's lives, trying to get ready for our own or clean up after? No, so I did a raised stencil just to do something on her dress.
I love that. Just absolutely. Would you send me would you mind if I use a picture of that?
I would love that. Yeah. And the nails are wood snowflakes.
I love those little snowflakes. That's beautiful. You made her a snow angel.
Yes, there we go.
Beautiful.
I love it.
Hey, Penny and Tina, Melinda says your audio is breaking up with both of you. Anybody else having that trouble? I wonder. Yeah, Catherine says she's stunning, Josie.
Thank you, Catherine.
Look, Josie, I'm having my afternoon coffee.
Oh, here's.
This is from Italy, y'all.
I still don't know why. Well, I know why. I had such limited space in my suitcases that my husband wanted to bring back this big picture. And I got you and Lisa the mugs, but I still afterwards, I'm like, I bet I could have squeezed that mug in if I bought myself another one. But I think I kept thinking, well, maybe I'll find something else along the way, but I never did.
Oh, I never did. So you don't even have one of these?
No.
Oh my goodness, Josie.
No. So you and Lisa are very special.
Oh, thank you so much. Y'all, when I tell you that Josie is the most giving person, she really is. She really is. She gives to all of us all the time. She has come up with the best bundles, Josie, for this season. It's amazing what you've come up with.
Well, thanks. My thought was to try to come up with, I don't know, it's Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Things that are affordable to, and incentives that might help, like someone decide, okay, I'm going to buy the paint, and you know what? We throw in the brush. It's Christmas. Yeah. So,
well, and the magic, the paints and the brushes, it's all magical, but those I can't live without. I just can't. So
yeah, me either. I'm a little biased.
I don't even have to be. I really do love them that much. So
I'm happy. I'm really happy to hear that, because I know that when we decided to pivot our business from furniture painters to crafters, I was really nervous because I didn't know how it would be accepted. And my big thing was with those 2-ounce bottles, I was really, and I mean, that has really done the trick, right? Getting that out, right? Getting them out on the market, because there are so many paint companies right now, right? I knew I was late to the game, but the opportunity to have my own paint line came about that I just couldn't even pass it up.
Yeah.
But that meant I was gonna have to work really hard to get into the market. And it was really hard trying to get into the furniture painters. So it was actually our follower, Betty Hiltz, that had messaged me. She and I had kept in contact for the last 2 years, become friends. And she's the one that said, you should start watching these people and maybe asking them to be affiliates. And I kind of resisted at first. I'm like, I'm a furniture painter. I don't even know how to craft. And it's been a journey.
You can't tell it looking at your crafts.
Well, yeah, it's been a journey. I just threw away a whole bunch of the ones that I started last year that I did.
Really?
I threw them away. I looked, I'm like, oh my God.
I have a few of those.
You know how we're so critical of ourselves, and I'm like, no, I'm just going to get rid of them. And I can see I'm improving.
Definitely. I mean, I may have missed some of your first ones, but yours are great. You want to tell them what all comes in the kit?
I do. So I think I'm going to have to, because of the way we are, I'm going to go ahead and just tilt down.
Okay. I'll do that as soon as we show all the stuff. I'll tilt it down here too.
Right. So, of course, our Miss Sweet Lindy actually painted her, and then Trixie the name came along after. She painted Trixie exclusively for this kit. And I just absolutely love her. When she sent me the picture and said, what do you think? Oh my God, I got the biggest smile on my face, Lindy. You don't even know.
I'm so glad.
And every time I look at her, I do. So I went ahead and I bought a new printer so that I could print her for everybody on this big piece. 2 reasons. This is an 11 by 17 inch paper.
That is so cool.
Right? So that it would fit on the 10-inch wood round that we're using. And that's a 1/4 inch thick, right? A nice wood round.
It's a nice one, yeah.
She's going to fit. And the printer I bought, it's got a ink. It's called Pigment. It's an Epson printer, and it doesn't smear. That was my biggest fear when I decided I wanted to print these instead of, or even, I didn't want anyone having to print their own and then it smeared on them, right? This is a lot of ink. It's a lot of ink if they're going over it to seal it or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I did that, and on the same sheet, this triangle, because this kit can be, you're going to show it one way and I'm going to show it another. Mm-hmm. And this kit, if you want to make it a tray, this is a template you would cut out. you would put it, and I'll show it on mine because I'm going to do the tray. You're going to do something else. And I'm going to actually show another paper that I'm going to use. So you're going to use Trixie. I'm going to use another paper that it comes with it. Anyway, this is just a template. So there's no guesswork and measuring as to where they need to put the little feet.
So it balances perfectly, right?
Yes, yes. So with that said, the other paper, I bought this one, and I have to send you some when, like you said, on your next order. Yeah. This came from Italy. I was looking for something, a paper to bring home with me for a kit. And I, believe it or not, I saw everything everybody else sells here in the US. This is actually a wrapping paper. And I cut it into these size sheets. But this is the fleur de lis, but they call it something else, which I can't remember. But it is the emblem of Florence.
Really?
Yes, and that's
it's gorgeous.
Really, it's metallic. You'll see. It's all this gold. It's all metallic. It's beautiful.
It's very elegant looking.
Yes,
very classy. You know.
That's what I was looking for, right? So, and this came to mind before I even asked you, I think, to do Trixie. I can't remember. Oh. I think I had already given it some thought that I would look for something. But anyway, so they're going to get this along with Trixie and the guide, and forgot to take these out of the bags. They're going to get the clear knobs. I love using knobs as feet because they're flat, right? And so easy to glue down. So they're going to get 3 of these. So they can use them as feet, or what you're going to show something different. And you know, to cover the edge of the wood being a 1/4 inch, I'm including like this string of bling that goes around the whole edge if they want to use it. So I'll use mine because I love bling, and that way it covers up the edge. So there we go.
Perfect.
Oh, and this kit, okay. So this kit is $24, and if they buy it, and it's live now, it's on the website. They should have just gotten an email. If they buy it between now and Monday at noon Pacific time, which is 1 Mountain Time, 2 o'clock Central Time, and 3 o'clock Eastern Time, we are gifting, and I don't have, maybe you have yours in front of you. Yes, the shortstop. So you get
this is a great brush.
You get a free shortstop.
You get a free shortstop. So get your order in.
Yes.
And let's sell Trixie out. The reason I chose the name Trixie, because several of you sent that name in, and I think it's so cute. But Laura said it means she who brings happiness, and that was my goal. So I'm going to use my shortstop that's already open.
I love that.
I love my shortstop. Okay.
So I'm going to use my Trixie for something else later on. This way, you're going to show them one way to use the kit. I'm going to show them the other way. And I just realized I don't think I ever cut my paper. I almost forgot. Actually, I forgot about this paper because I put it away. I had started sending Amanda, I was just getting ready to send her Trixie, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot about the other paper. And I had to get it out.
You were so excited about Trixie, you forgot about the good Italian stuff.
I was very excited about Trixie.
I'm putting down a layer of Foggy Martini. Here's my plan. I thought about it when I couldn't sleep all night long.
Oh, is this what you were?
I was planning both of my projects today in my head, but the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to use this myself, obviously. For this one, the very first one, I want to use my Trixie.
Yes.
And it's going to probably be in my bedroom over by my dresser. So I'm going to use colors that are going to obviously go in my room where I'm going to put it. So I'm going to start out with a Foggy Martini.
Okay. And I am going to use my full sheet. here. So now I have to say, I may have to come back in and do a little edge of something. This sheet just barely, there's like 1/8 of an inch of the wood showing on the edge.
Well, it gives you an opportunity to put a pretty border of 24 karat or something, right?
That's what I was thinking, that, or I was even thinking I might do just a cute little, maybe like with some molds, right? Kind of like, instead of the handle there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe that's what I'll do.
I think these little knobs are adorable.
Aren't they? I was so lucky to find those.
So cute.
I had shopped and shopped. When I look for stuff for these kits, I am a shopper because I have to get them at the right price to make keep the price down. And I try to buy everything in bulk if I can. Yeah. Because again, right, that's how you keep the price down. And I was excited.
Those are cute. And I saw that Lisa got on here and she said, I see that y'all figured out how to do it. We did. There was one little step, Lisa, that we didn't know about. And Josie is our tech queen and she figured it out. So here we are. Hey, Tina. Oh, you only slept about 3 hours. I'm not even sure I got that much. I was telling Josh about it this morning. He said, did Chris and I keep you up? I said, no, I just was wide awake laying there. They are never loud. But anyway. Hey, Maureen.
I wish,
yeah, Lisa, that's right.
This table is so small that every time I put my computer at the corner, and I've got this 17-inch screen, it takes up so much of my table. But maybe I'm going to have to figure out a different configuration so I can see everyone's comments and not have to keep hitting my iPad.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I have an iPad. I never use it. I am such a computer, like a laptop person. I'm not good with my phone for everything. Or there's Laura Louise. Hey, I loved your snowman, your mixed media.
Hey,
so
Laura.
Cute. Everybody has done such a great job today. Hey, Teresa. There's Sherry. I'll help read them out loud so Josie knows, and she can just be busy getting her fanciness done.
And what I do is I cut my paper a little bit bigger so that I can go back and sand the edge, right? Because I love that look.
I do too.
It's funny because I pre-primed my board. And I'm going to be using matte gel medium instead of either Meltdown or Forcefield because I'm afraid it might wrinkle my paper. Yeah. I did experiment. Oh, I forgot to mention though. I don't have one here. I also threw in a small jar of Forcefield in this kit for them to seal over it. Yes, totally forgot about that. I did experiment with the copy paper and it did wrinkle and kind of bubble up on me. And I asked Lisa, our decoupage queen.
Yes.
And she said to use matte, right? What's it called? I have it right
Matte medium.
Matte medium, or the iron-on. Oh, I was going to do the iron-on, but I'm not going to now because that means my iron's got to get heated up.
It just depends on the weight of your paper, really, right? Because I think the weight that I printed my TRIXIE on, I'm probably going to have to use a matte medium just behind her. But I am going to seal with Forcefield. Thanks. Yeah, Tita said, what a great kit. Stacy and Diane are here.
Did you say Aunt Tita?
Is that your aunt? And
oh,
Tita.
You said Tita. I'm like, all this time I never knew.
Tita, you didn't know you were my aunt, did you? I got out a stencil. I was looking for something that made me think about, what she would go with. And I just think this floral, these daisies,
that's beautiful.
Might be,
I loved how you painted her so that just like what you did, you cut around her. Because that is, right, that's another option, like what you're doing. If somebody, or they could, if they don't want to do that, they could decoupage the whole sheet and then come back with the stencil, right?
Absolutely. Or, you know, paint to go around it.
And paint, right. It might be a little more work because now you're going to try to keep your paint off of Trixie. But, you know, you got choices. You got choices.
You do have choices. And I will tell y'all this. I'm going to apologize right now to every one of you who gets this and fussy cuts it, because I've been working on this afternoon. And silly me, I'm going to start thinking when it comes to things like this, that she doesn't need these little wispies and things that you've got to cut out. But I love the wispies. I do. If you don't mind taking the extra time, I do think they're fun. Her little, you know, her little ribbon comes off. And if you print her on like a heavier paper like I did, or this isn't really cardstock, but it's heavier paper.
Oh, okay.
It's easier to get those little tidbits.
Shoot.
Tita said, I would love to be your aunt. That's so sweet. I could probably be your aunt, Tita. As old as I am, I don't know. I'm going to use a Mojito now to stencil. And I'm going to use the flat top. This is a great stencil brush, y'all. Now, I am not great at stenciling. I'm going to try real hard not to make blops. And so I'm going to go gently, very light.
The lesson learned, I should have given myself more leeway on the edge.
Really?
I've already picked this up 3 times because I want, you know, I want to sand each edge. I don't want a clean edge.
Oh, I know what you mean.
You know, lesson learned.
Okay, I shouldn't, but I'm going to take a peek, y'all. Whoop, look at that. That's going to be so cute.
Oh my gosh, that will be beautiful.
Oh, how fun. I wanted her to be, you know, y'all know me and whimsical. Oh, Tita, really? Well, maybe you could be my very young aunt.
Oh, how old is she? Did she say?
She says she's 58. I'm 58. Oh, 78. Sorry. 78. I'm 59. So
there we go. And I'm 66.
You're the
baby, Lindy. You're the baby.
I get to be the baby. That doesn't happen very often. So
you are the baby.
You can, Lindy, can you glue her to watercolor paper to make heavier? Absolutely, Ruth. You sure can. So yes, Regina, very good. Regina, you get bonus points. My daddy was like, he was so good at stenciling. I have his whole stencil notebook, but it was letters, you know.
Wow.
The thing is, Dad could have hand lettered, but he was a perfectionist with his work. He would make signs when he should have been selling artwork. He would make signs because he didn't ever think he was good enough, but he was really great at it. And you make me work with lettering stencils where I have to figure out spacing and all that. Just kill me. I can't do it. Cannot do it.
Lindy, what did your dad do for a living?
Well, my dad actually, when I was 9 years old, he was diagnosed with emphysema. And so he had to go on disability. So the majority of my life, and we lost him when I was 20. He was only 48.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, me and my dad were tight too. We were really tight, and that was tough. But yeah, I miss him every day. Mom and I were talking about him yesterday, as a matter of fact, how much Chris is like him. Oh. He had a great sense of humor. He kept us laughing.
That is wonderful.
Yeah.
So you were an only child, you said, right?
That's right. Uh-huh. Yeah. But Dad worked for the county court clerk's office before then. That's where he was when he was diagnosed. So.
God, that was so young.
So young. When it's, you know, when I think about it now, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. And but he didn't know he was adopted, and he did not know he had a thing called alpha-1 antitrypsin, and nobody knew what that was, of course. And he did smoke because, I mean, it was the 50s. He was young in the 50s. They thought that was the thing to do. And finally he had one doctor, that a pulmonologist, that just could not figure out how a man his age had emphysema, because they call it an old man's disease.
Okay.
And he figured it out, and he tested me too when I was in 10th grade. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So is it like in the genes?
Yes, it's genetic, and I have it to half the degree that Dad does. And so he told me then, he said, you can never smoke, you can never marry anybody who smokes, you can't be around smoke.
Right.
Yeah.
So that secondhand smoke will kill you.
Yes. And I have never been able to stand to be around it. We took our fireplace out of our house because I just couldn't tolerate the smoke when we would have a fire.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Wow. So is that why, I know you've talked about you have asthma?
I do have that trouble. So I wonder if that's why, or if it's just allergies. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows, right? Yeah.
But what I do know is that I love this.
Oh my God, that's gorgeous.
That makes me happy, and I love that color combo.
Is that who makes that stencil? Is that Stencil Girl?
That is Amazon. I believe it was in a pack of Amazon stencils. I'll see if I can't add that to my shop. I think I've still got it. It's not in there.
Beautiful. I have one from Stencil Girl that kind of reminds me of like, the 1960s flower power hippie-ish kind of vibe.
Oh yes, I love that.
I've never used it, and I am like dying. Maybe I'll have to see. I'm going to copy Lisa's Cardinal. I think I'm going to have to copy your Trixie.
Oh, good.
And I love that.
I'm so glad I was able to pull it off, because y'all know sometimes I can stencil and make just the biggest, hottest mess. But I love that. So that's Foggy Martini with Mojito on top, and I am loving that combination.
It's beautiful.
That'll go in my bedroom really, really well.
Okay.
Now, Josie, you'll love this. Beverly said, I watch you ladies while I'm working overtime. I'm spending the money before I make it. Thank you, Cindy.
We appreciate it so much. We really do.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's what she's going to look like on her little, let me turn her around so y'all can kind of see on that.
It's funny. That's why my joke, when I started my company, you've heard me tell this, I'm sure. We were strictly a paintbrush company, right? And I picked the 4 brushes that I could afford to start with, right? Start my company with. I bought the 4 that I thought would just do really well in the furniture painting world. And they did. But my joke is I started the company because my obsession are paintbrushes and gadgets.
See, so that's smart.
Right? So this way, right, I can just have whatever I want. So they can see, like I just decoupaged.
That's so pretty.
With our Italian paper. So this paper, everybody, I had you in mind before I went to Italy, I was on the hunt.
That's
for
so
a
great.
paper or for something for a kit. So you ladies could all have, ladies and gentlemen, I guess, you could all have a little souvenir from my Italian trip.
That's so great. And it really comes from Italy, and that is just classy.
Yes. Now I'm going to have to figure something for this edge right here. I'm thinking, I'm thinking, maybe some just little tiny flowers right here, right? Kind of
so pretty, yeah.
And then I had forgotten, I had bought when Kathy from Royal Funky Junk, when Totally Dazzled came out with a packet for her.
Yeah.
She loves fleur-de-lis, and this was part of her packet.
Oh.
And I always thought, what am I going to use that on? Because I just didn't know what I would. So I think I'm going to end up like putting it at the top of this.
That's perfect.
Or in the middle even. Middle would be beautiful. So now, yeah, this is the only thing that anybody, if you use the paper on this project, I could probably do exactly what Lisa would probably do. Come back in, right, with the 24K. I think I'm going to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Right, keep it simple.
Uh-huh.
More simple and elegant. And hope I don't mess it up because I haven't sealed it. Thinking maybe I should seal it. And then, do you ever do that? Do you seal something and then work on it so that you can wipe the paint off?
Yes, I do. And I saw that Lisa did that this morning. I'll forget, though, sometimes that's an option. And so I thought, oh, I'm glad she mentioned that. That's, you know, I see her little ponytail trying to pop up, so I got to fix that real quick. Thank you, Regina. Thanks, Beverly. Okay, let's get around these edges here so she stays down in place. And then I am going to seal her with Forcefield and then finish out the rest that I want to do.
And when you're sealing, you want to do really thin coats. Because what can happen, especially over dark colors, you can end up with a haze.
Oh, good tip. Oh, Lisa said, I can't wait to do mine.
Oh, I can only imagine.
It's going to be great.
Right, what Lisa will do.
I can't wait to see.
Oh, and if we have time, I have to show them my finished. We're still waiting. My first clockworks that I ordered were not the right size, but I have to show you. Remember the picture I sent you?
Yes. Oh my goodness, I love it so much.
My inspiration for me asking you to do Trixie. I'm going to dry this.
I love it. I just thought that came out so pretty. All right, Forcefield. Josie, is it awful of me if I just pour the Forcefield directly on here and move it around, or should I put it on a plate first?
I do both, honestly. You know what I would do? I would are you going to seal the whole surface?
Yeah.
What I would do is I would probably squirt it on your surface with your paint and then work it into her.
Okay, good. That's kind of what I was thinking. I just wanted to be sure. Yeah. Beverly wants to know where you live, Josie.
Pardon?
She lives in Sedona, Arizona.
Oh, yes, I live in Sedona, Arizona.
Debbie says she loves the lady you did for your clock.
Yeah, some of them were watching me. It took me 2 nights to do her because I used, like I said, I'm sure I'll be done before you. It's going pretty quick. I used molds as part of her hair, and that takes a while.
Yeah.
I cast a lot of molds.
The impact.
Claire, Sedona is beautiful. We've been here almost February will be 3 years. Actually, we moved here on my birthday. That was moving day.
Oh, wow. What a birthday.
Yeah. We love it here. I think our house is finally going to be, we have a meeting with our designer and the septic guy. Do you have septic or are you on?
No, we don't have septic here. We're on city.
What, you're on city, you said?
Yes,
Oh, well, where we're building, most everything in Sedona, well, not most everything, probably a lot of it, though, is on septic, well water, that kind of thing. And so where we're building, we have to put in a septic. Well, our house had to get redesigned and moved down the hill. We're on a slope. We had to move it down the hill. I want a circular driveway.
Oh, yeah.
And then I wanted something else. Well, now I got to give up to something else. They said I can still have the driveway, but the house has got to come back up because of the redesign. And I tell you, sometimes I think, I told you, I'm beginning to wonder if this house is meant to be. We bought the property in 2018, held on to it because we weren't ready to move out of Vegas yet and build the house, but we're on our second designer, both of them from here in Sedona because we wanted somebody local. I'm telling you, nice people, but I don't know, maybe because I was a contractor and I don't know, really conscious about my work ethic and
right.
So we just
I don't think it's like that anymore, Josie. I hate to say, but
well, from what I heard, that's how it is in Sedona.
Oh.
That they just, you know what? They work when they want to.
Yeah.
And
yeah, not so sure that's just Sedona anymore. I mean, I hear a
no,
lot
it's
about
not.
that.
Yeah. Then our contractor gives us a price to build it. And we had contracted him a year and a half ago. And we never asked him what he thought it would cost to build the house. But we had an idea because my husband's in the building business.
Right.
And so we asked my husband, what do you think? And my husband gave him a price and he said it was going to cost minimum double that. We went from estimating the cost of our house being 1.5 million to actually 3 times that. He was giving us a square foot price. Our house is going to be almost 6,000 square feet.
Because oh my goodness, wow.
Well, we're doing 2 apartment rentals underneath for like short-term vacation rentals.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, for income. My husband's like, you know what? I want to retire someday and we're going to need income more than just Social Security or whatever. So when we calculate, so you can calculate that almost 6,000 square or feet times even 800 middle of the road. We're like, that's not happening. We don't have that. Right. Yeah. And we have the money from the sale of our house in Vegas. That's what we have. And so I'm like, there goes my house. All this time, all this effort. Oh, so good. At Thanksgiving, we were talking to my brother-in-law who works for one of the biggest builders in the U.S. He's a superintendent, like whatever, general super, whatever is right below vice president. And he told Jerry, he goes, you know what, if you want to become owner builder and you build your own, he goes, I'll find you some crews to come out and build your house for you for a fraction of that.
Oh, wow.
And so that's what we may end up having to do. It might take us longer to build because then what we're thinking is we'll see if we can't find a house that we can rent for a year for workers and just, or if not, Airbnbs. And they can come out, live in the house while they're working on the house.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. So it's not, you still have the hope of your home being built.
Yeah, because even when, it's funny because my daughter was here when the contractor was looking over the plans and gave us that bad news. I can't even say I felt disappointed. I think it almost felt like it was expected. Because when you just go through all the troubles.
Yes. And one after another, and you just start to expect it.
Yeah. And I told Mr. Pixie, I said, maybe we are better off just selling the property and buying something already built. But there's mine. I'm glad I put the gold. I like it.
Oh, that looks so beautiful.
Right. And it covers that little bit of white.
Mm-hmm. And that just finishes it off, it looks like. I saw a couple of questions. I saw Gwen asked me if that was the brush, the one I was using to seal. Gwen is the, actually I used the little B, but it's almost identical. It just is, it has synthetic bristles instead of natural bristles, like the little D has natural bristles, right, Josie? And this has synthetic. Yeah, I just reached through the first one.
Yeah, the little D, all of my brushes that look natural, except for the ones with the orange and blue handles, all of them that look natural are actually a mix of 70% natural and 30% synthetic. And that, when I asked my manufacturer why that, he said because it is a better quality to mix your natural and synthetics instead of all natural. They clean better, they last better, they wear better. So
that makes sense.
Right? And they've done great. And honestly, the only reason I have those blue ones is because when we were branding for another paint company and they canceled their contract, well, they didn't, yeah, well, when they breached their contract, I'm going to be honest with you, their retailers wanted that brush because that was the brush. Those were the brushes we were making for them. So, and a lot of their retailers were my retailers for the natural synthetic blend. So I ended up having to come out with the blue bristled brushes just because they asked me to, right?
Right.
And they're not my preference. If I were to use a synthetic brush, the truth is I would use the orange and blue handled ones, the Pinelli Giuliani. Those are very high-end synthetic. The blue synthetic bristles are not, they're not as fine. But people
talking about that one?
Yes. Yes, that's my favorite synthetic brush right there, Lindy. I did all of my cabinets in my motorhome that burned down. In my motorhome during COVID. That's the brush I used because it left such a fine finish. I could seal with it. But anyway, so yeah, so those blue ones, people love them. And you'll find people that will challenge me. They're like, no, we think they leave a better finish than your others. So when I say
so
challenge,
it's a personal preference, really.
Yeah, and I think you learn to paint with what you love, and your finish is going to be beautiful no matter what. If you're using a brush you love and a paint you love, I think, I think it's going to be beautiful anyway. Right. Doesn't matter what I say.
Well, Melinda wants to know what you think about goat's hair brushes.
Actually, our mop brush was goat's hair.
Was
and
it
that's
really?
why we can't, the prices went up and they doubled. They doubled. And
oh my goodness.
That $29 brush, well, not quite doubled. That $29 brush would have cost the consumer, when I calculated it, $43 because of the markup. And no one's going to buy. I'm sorry. You guys may love it, but I guarantee you are not going to spend $43 because
you know what, Josie? I love that mop brush, but I'd have to.
You're not spending $43 on it.
I can't afford it.
Yeah, well, I get it.
And see, that's how Josie looks out for us, y'all. That's what's amazing. It's another reason to support her company too.
Well, thank you. Now,
but I'm going to show you this. I was talking about it this morning. My new Surebonder leaking. Look at this.
You know what? I agree with whoever told you. I would contact Surebonder with that picture.
I'm going to do that. In fact, I did take a picture of it because I had not thought to do that. My other one did not do this.
I bet they replace it, Lindy.
Well, I hope so, because my other one didn't do this. It would just like drop little teardrops, maybe 3, and that's all, and I'm okay with that. But this is, I mean, that's half a glue stick, and that's, they're not cheap.
Yeah, I just recently bought, like within the last month, the Lily one. Lily?
Oh, it's so pretty.
The turquoise one? Yes. I was looking for a mini cordless. I have their other cordless, and then I ended up buying the same cord, a different brand that Justin uses. It gets super hot. But what I love about the one that this is the one that Justin has a few different ones. This was like $38, I think. What I love about it, it's rechargeable, but it only lasts for like an hour.
And really?
Yes. So there's drawbacks. If I know I'm going to be crafting more than an hour, which usually that happens, I will probably use the other Surebonder. At least it's still cordless. It's just that you got to keep putting it back into the chart,
yeah, that's the only thing. And sometimes I can't get it quite back in there.
Yeah, me too.
But I do like it. I'm used to it now. And the one I ordered before this one on Amazon, I got it because it was pink.
Oh yeah.
But it would only stay on 5 minutes, and then it would auto turn off. Who crafts for 5 minutes?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Karen, I've heard that, and I don't want to get near that. But she said the Ryobi burns terribly.
Yes. You know what? This white one I have is probably close to one of the Ryobis. It is so hot. It steams.
It doesn't have to be that hot.
Yeah, it steams.
Now, right now, I'm using some, honestly, this is totally dazzled because I'm doing this to match my bedroom. And the little embellishments I put on here are from my accessories kit y'all saw from Taterbuggin, and they just happen to fit perfectly. So
perfect. Now, you know, I just try to throw things in the kit that so everybody, because not everyone, I've got a ton of like the same type of totally dazzled stuff too.
But not everybody has that.
But not everyone does.
The thing is, I love that in your kits, even if I don't use it for this particular project, I use them. I use them for all kinds of projects. I don't, you know, it's not like, oh, well, I didn't use that, I'm going to throw it away. No. No, I'm going to use it.
That makes me happy.
Yeah, I love it. And I love those that you put in this kit that are multicolored. I just know mine's going to go in my bedroom. I know where I'm going to hang it. So, you know, you know what's going to fit.
And at the time I bought these, I didn't know. I honestly, I buy my stuff so far in advance. I didn't know what we were going to do. And otherwise, who knows, maybe I would have just gotten a plain gold or silver or something. But,
yeah, but you know, you didn't know that these are great.
Know. So pretty. And if they end up doing maybe a brighter background or something, doesn't mean they can't use it.
Well, listen, if you make this, and this isn't just the only reason you could do it, but if you did this for a little girl's room with this cute little Trixie, and you put these adorable rainbow, you know, multicolored around the edge right here. Oh my goodness, how cute is that?
Right.
You know, of course you can put them around the edge like they're intended to be, but I think that's precious. She could have a little, if you want to go groovy, you know, like you could put it like a little headband on her head. Oh, that's cute. That is cute, y'all. Y'all got to just think outside the box.
That's what I love about you and Lisa. You both think outside the box. I am learning from you. Like, why didn't I think of that? A lot of times, both
that's
of you
what I say all the time with y'all. I think, why didn't I think of that? All right, y'all. I'm going to put my little knobs down, but I think I'm going to do a combination of B7000 and hot glue.
Did you tell them what yours is?
I haven't yet.
Okay.
I'm about to. So I'm going to start with the one in the middle here. And because these are going to be hangers, I want them to, you know, be stable. Lisa says, I bet I know. I bet she does too. I bet y'all are catching on now. Y'all know Lindy, don't you?
And I just want to tell everybody again, since, you know, they may not have heard it at the very beginning, that we have a limited time offer at the moment. If they buy this kit between now and Monday noon Pacific Standard Time, they will get a free shortstop brush.
Yeah, that's such a deal. I love when you throw in those brushes, Josie.
That's an $18 value. And this kit's only $24, so think of that.
This surface that you provided in this one, Josie, is so nice. It's thick.
It is. I know.
I mean,
and obviously I spent a lot more money on this one, but you couldn't have like an 1/8 inch one to do this.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Right? You need to have, you know, especially I'm using it for a tray.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I need it to be, you know, because sometimes
you don't want it to crack.
Right. And sometimes those 1/8 inch ones, after, you know, it's not just our kits. I hear Dina all the time. They will warp a little bit until, you know, especially once you put the paint on.
Uh-huh.
And even though they usually dry right back to their shape, but sometimes they may not. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't want to take that chance.
Oh, y'all are buying them. Oh, yay. They didn't want to, Catherine said, got mine, wasn't missing out on Trixie. Oh.
Yeah, because after you and Lisa went live with the gingerbread house.
Oh, that was so much fun.
They sold out before the 24 hours was up.
Wow.
So I have another gingerbread house, but what happened is I don't have any more of those embellishments that came with yours. So instead, for the same $20, they get to pick a Christmas mold. They still get the full pack of pixie dough, and they get the joy brush.
Oh, nice.
Another great brush.
I'll show y'all the joy brush. There's Joy.
Yep. So that's almost sold out, I think. So if they're interested in the gingerbread house, at this point, so many people have gotten theirs, they could probably attest to how nice they are.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to decide what I want to use as my hanger. I got out this fun ribbon from Taterbuggin that I have on hand, but I'm almost wondering if I want it. Oh, that's kind of cute. Or I'm almost wondering if I might want to use a chain, though, because y'all were right. You guessed it. She's going to be a jewelry hanger.
I
have an old iron rake without the handle that I found in a barn we were cleaning out that I used to hang all my necklaces on, and it's in my closet. And but then there's those certain pieces that you wear every day, so I think I'm going to put this in my bedroom to hang those necklaces on that I go to all the time. And so they'll hang here, or my bracelets.
I'm going to do the same with my Trixie. I have another board like this. Thank goodness I kept 2 boards for myself. And,
good.
You know what, Lindy? I think we discussed this. I'd love for us to give maybe a couple kits away.
Oh, did y'all hear that? Josie's just giving kits away.
Right? We, because that's what we usually do with our launches.
Yeah.
And you could, even though we're on the same live, you could scroll one name. I could scroll, or have Cindy's on it. She could scroll for you. However that works for you.
Yeah, Cindy, are you handy? I know she's working on her book note today, but if she's here, I'm
thinking scrolling instead of someone trying to keep an eye on numbers. I am telling you, the other day when you had me to keep an eye on the numbers, that
it's hard.
I could barely.
Cindy's here.
I could barely keep up.
Yeah, Beverly said, Josie, Lindy's right. You are so amazing and gracious. She is.
Oh, thank you, Beverly. I appreciate that.
Okay, so if you want a Trixie kit, drop it in the comments so Cindy knows. And in a few minutes, Cindy will just scroll. And you said 2 of them, Josie?
Yes. If Cindy wouldn't mind scrolling for me too. Well, you know what I'm saying. One from each of us, because we're on the same live.
Sure. And while Josie's finishing that up, I'm going to sneak in here and see if I find a chain that I can use. I keep old jewelry so that I can use it in things like this.
Okay, I got my edge on. I went ahead and used what came with the kit. We got that. Yep, just keep putting in the comments. Trixie kit, I would love one. And the truth is, if you use 5 or more words, Facebook helps our algorithm. That's what I was told. 5 or more words. If it's possible for you to use 5 or more words, that would even be better. All right, now, I think before I add my fleur-de-lis, I'm going to add my feet. So, if you are new to joining us, what I have done is I made this triangle from my Canva program, my triangle template for all of you so that you can just put it down. The only thing you might want to do, because I do want my feet, like maybe one, like right there. You might have to like eyeball that one a little bit, because I want it to kind of line up with my paper. And then just take a pen and or pencil and mark that. Okay. And then with the kit, in case you didn't see us before, you get these beautiful little knobs that are going to act as feet. And then with my glue guns on, I'll just hot glue them. Did you find a chain?
I found a chain. Y'all don't throw away your old jewelry that you don't wear anymore because it's great for crafting.
And that is the truth. I kept all of my mom's costume jewelry because I'm sentimental that way.
Yeah.
And I knew that I was going to do those angel wings that I did several months ago. And I still have like a bunch of chains that, you know, because that's the kind of stuff I wasn't using, but I kept them because one day I might need them like what you're doing.
Sure.
And I'm probably going to copy
and it makes the piece even, you know.
Did you hear me? I'm going to copy. I'm going to copy you.
Do it. That's what we're all about, you know. And that's always such a compliment to me because I get inspired by other creators all the time. You included, Josie, of course.
I
and
appreciate that. Oh, it's kind of hard. Okay, so it's hard to see, but I got my feet on.
You got what? Oh, cute.
I got my little feet on. And now I'm thinking the fleur-de-lis in the middle.
Ooh, pretty.
What do you think? The middle? Yeah, the middle.
I think the middle, yeah.
The middle, yeah. So I want to make sure I get that on correctly. That's something I am kind of a stickler for myself. You know, things like that, I do want them symmetrical.
Yeah.
Or some people will just...
I'm an eyeballer. I should not be sometimes. Let's see. Somebody said, Catherine said, can you imagine the travel of Trixie? Imagine behind here in different locations. What now? Images behind here in different locations?
Oh, I get it.
Tell me about that now. We may want to do something. I
get it. And you know what? Lisa's got the perfect stencils. I think I understand what Catherine is saying. Right?
I don't get it.
Like put an Eiffel Tower behind her, or
I love it.
That's what I'm thinking.
She does have the best. She's got some great stencils for that.
All right, let's get. You know what? I think I'm going to use a different glue for that.
Mark this.
I'm going to use my B7000.
Okay.
I know you love it too, right?
I do. I sure do.
And then mine's done.
Me too.
Oh,
finished at the same time.
Timing. So, okay, one more time. By Trixie between now and Monday noon Pacific Standard Time. And you will get a free shortstop brush.
That's a deal. Like you said, Josie, that you said it's an $18 brush and this kit's only $24.
Exactly. It's almost like a no-brainer if you can afford
it.
Right.
Right. Okay, I'm going to cut off this excess chain. I don't need that. Save it for another project. And put this little piece of sticky ribbon.
Oh, I might have to use the other glue.
Oh, Debbie said, thank you, ladies. Great day filled with great ideas. Thank you.
And so I just want to thank all of you for being here with us. We know it becomes a long day, and we so appreciate your support.
That's why we do it.
And same with my presenters. I just absolutely love all of them.
And I'm honored to get to be a part of it, Josie. I have fun.
I'm so happy we are on this journey together. You know,
me too.
I met you right when we pivoted. Actually, you became one of my first affiliates. Yeah.
Was I one of your first affiliates?
Uh-huh.
Oh my goodness.
You were.
I didn't know that. Well, I got the most magnificent Josie hug in Oklahoma City that I'll never forget.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Oh, did Cindy pick? I didn't even look. We got to get Cindy to pick two things.
Cindy, are you ready to pick? She's probably sitting on go.
So mine's just a very simple tray. And
it's
they
beautiful,
can embellish,
though. That's
right?
so elegant.
And the paper came from Italy when I was right from my trip. I brought it back for a kid, and this was the kid I had in mind. So this is the emblem of Florence, Italy, is their fleur-de-lis. So anyway.
That's beautiful. And you know what you could even do, Josie? You could, if you want to get really fancy and put your fleur-de-lis on here, or whatever you want to put on here, and you get a 10-inch embroidery hoop, like I did with the globe kit, and then pour resin in it.
Oh, wow.
How beautiful would that be? And your fleur that you put in, you just put it right in the, oh, mercy, that would be really beautiful.
You know what? Now that you've cut her out, I mean, the fleur-de-lis could go under her, too. If someone wanted to use both papers.
Absolutely. Right? Uh-huh.
There's somebody,
if you don't like the color of her little dress and you want to make it go with whatever you're doing, just paint over it. I painted her with all paint Pixie paints. So
I love her, Lindy. Oh my God.
Thank you, Josie, for this opportunity.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for taking the time to paint her for us. I know that you're very busy, and I hesitated to ask, but I wanted one of your girls for one of our kits so bad.
Well, because, I was honored, and it was fun.
Right. I see all your followers and see what they, their comments when you're painting your women, and I'm like, oh, if you could just get one.
Well, thank you for asking me, and I'm glad you liked her. I wanted her to be a little bit.
Loved her.
She's got a little sass, right?
Oh, absolutely. And Amanda, my daughter Amanda, as soon as you shot me a picture of her, I shot it to him. I sent it to Amanda because I was so excited. She's like, oh my gosh, she looks like Dion, the turquoise iris. The only difference, Dion's got deep blue eyes, but she does. I'm like, oh my God, you're right.
That is so cool.
I know.
Debbie says she's getting her for her birthday. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Well, Trixie winners are Beverly Irons and Regina Holloway Mills.
Hold on. Oh, Beverly. I love that. Okay, Beverly Irons and who?
Regina Mills.
Regina and Beverly. I love it. Congratulations.
Yay.
I will
Can't wait to see what you do with them.
I'll send a note over to my daughter, Amanda, that does our shipping, and she will get this out to you next week.
If y'all get this kit and you finish it out, I would love to have a picture.
Oh, me too.
It would be so special to me. And if you wouldn't mind sharing what you create, we would just love it.
And I love Catherine's idea, having a traveling Pixie.
Yes, that's a great idea.
So fun. Just see if people did something different, right? And I don't know.
We need to come up with that, Josie. We need to work on that.
Oh, and that's another thing. I'm putting Lindy on the spot, but she and I are talking about collaborating on kits where Mr. T is going to make the wood, whatever design.
Cut the wood,
right? And I am going to furnish all the embellishments. So I'm hoping it's up to their schedule, your schedule, Mr. T's, but I'm thinking maybe January 1st for the new year, or February at the latest. I would, that's my dream, is to collaborate with you.
And thank you.
I think
I will say it may be past mid-January simply because he hunts,
Yeah, that's where I'm like, I know January is sneaking up on us. And then maybe what happens in January anyway, I'll probably have a really big clearance blowout sale. Right, out with the old and with the new. So maybe by February 1st, we could start it if you're ready.
Yeah, that sounds good. That'd be great. He'd be glad. He's got his birthday in January. Right about that time, the hunting season closes, and so that'll give him something to do, right?
Yeah, great. Lindy, thank you so much. I love you so much. You know that. And
thank you, Josie, and I love you too. I mean it.
Thanks for being with me here today.
This was so much fun.
Thank you, everybody, for being with us and for purchasing the new kit. And
absolutely.
We'll see everybody soon, right?
That's right.
All right. Good night, everybody. Love you.
Bye, everybody.